There are so many benefits of being a house owner, even you be a foreigner in this very country where I reside now, Italy. It has moved from one house to another, changed community to another community to another community.
Okay.
Now, but it's building a
Have a lot
skyscraper
of
project
projects
in
back
Nigeria
home.
for the
Okay.
kids that you are not sure if they themselves will grow up to come and stay
In
in
Nigeria.
Nigeria.
Okay.
There's no child born here in Europe this day that grew up with the Europe mentality
Mm-hmm.
that will locate to Africa no matter what their father left behind in Africa.
Even including your children.
No,
You
even
can't. You are not assured of
I
it.
can't guarantee
Domo,
you
sir.
that. Yeah, yeah.
Good to see you, sir.
No, sir.
Domo, sir.
No, your
Well done,
face.
sir. Very fine, sir. How your
No,
sir?
bless God.
Well done, sir. I
Happy
beg.
Sunday.
I wish you the say, sir. I beg. For this little interview, want to be say yes. One just grant to me, so a lot of people will learn from inside. You understand? Please, I want like to ask you some few questions. I believe, first of all, I know that you are a house owner in this very place.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you please tell me the benefits of having an apartment here in Europe? Being a
Okay.
Nigerian and having an apartment here. What is the
Okay.
benefit?
Ah, well, thank you for this question.
Okay.
And it's a question actually that have been longing to also speak to
Okay.
because I also have encouraged people of my co-nationality
Okay.
over such issue.
Okay.
And this question, I will go straight to let you know there are so many benefits of being a house owner, even you be a foreigner in this very country where I reside now, Italy.
Okay.
I cannot speak for other nations, but I think they have similarity.
Okay.
So I will speak to three parts of the benefit which I know is more essential.
Okay.
First, it has a financial benefit.
Okay.
It has the stability of you as a person benefit,
Okay.
and you also have a a a, a, a residential benefit.
Okay.
So these three benefits, like when I say a financial benefit, say for example, you came into this country, and once you are here, you have to look for a place to stay, to
Okay.
reside.
Okay.
Now you renting an apartment from a landlord, no matter the amount, and which you don't know the period you would like to stay there or as long as it will take you, but you have to pay.
Yes.
Now you paying for a rent is like you throwing away the money.
Okay.
If for instance you are able, you are edible to buy, you have
Okay.
all the requirement that it take you to buy.
Okay.
If you came here for a year and within a year, which though I must speak to it that within a year is very difficult to buy a house, except you have
Okay.
a very good opportunity like having a stable job, a
Okay.
contract job
Okay.
that will last for as many as what they call temple determinant, which is no limitation. It doesn't
Okay.
have a limit.
Okay. That is
So
your contract of
or contract
work
of
now.
work. So when
Okay.
you have such, then you are eligible to buy a house. It doesn't mean
Okay.
that you must have money.
Okay.
Then if you meet up that requirement, if you buy a house within a year and you are in the country that you already have stayed for more than 15 years, do you know what you have been able to save for yourself? Because that money now you're supposed to be paying for a rent, you are
Mm-hmm.
not paying to your own house that you own.
Okay. So what you are telling me in terms now is like you are saving in your
In your
future.
future.
Okay.
If adventure for those that have and for you that's the rent, you see that those people they are paying to have the house at the end. If
Okay.
you go by mortgage,
Okay.
then but those that is paying rent, they are just throwing away that money to another person, a
Okay.
landlord.
Okay.
So you and that person, you are not of the same status.
Okay.
That's when you talk about the financial benefit.
Benefits. Okay.
Then when you talk about the residential benefit, now there are some people, no matter how good you are to the landlord, no matter how cordial you are with your relationship, a
Okay.
time will come when the owner of the house will demand for his house
Okay.
for several reasons.
Okay.
He might want to give it as a donor to his children,
Okay.
or he might want to give it out to sell it that he doesn't have a need of it again.
Okay.
So you as a tenant, good tenant, you have to go and look for another place to stay.
All right. Yes.
So by so doing, you will change a resident, you will change
Okay.
an environment. a community. So now this why if you have your own house, you have the benefit of that residential benefit. You are in a community which everybody already know you.
Okay.
If you are a man or a woman that you long for, or you want to have a kid to raise a family, your children will have a community where they grow up.
Okay. Which is they are familiar,
They are familiar with the
with
community.
the system already.
No
and the
matter
people
no matter
around.
no matter what happen, if they leave the environment and travel out, they will always refer to their community where they give birth to them and where they grew up.
Yes, you are right.
You understand me?
Mhm.
That's the community. Then when you talk about I just talked about the residential, then I have talked about the financial, then the stability.
Stability. Okay.
Now it will always they will have this advantage that said that no matter where you go,
Okay.
you always come back home.
Okay.
You understand me? So now it now becomes your residential home,
Okay.
where you always refer to.
Okay.
Even though you leave this country, you go back to Nigeria where you come from, you always refer that you have a home
Okay.
somewhere
Okay.
in Italy.
Okay. You are not going to come back as looking for where
a place
to
to
stay.
stay.
Oh wow.
You have a location where you are going to,
Okay.
and then people know where to come and look for you.
Okay.
These are the part of the benefit.
Okay.
So this is why we advise whoever that have the opportunity. It's not everybody that have such opportunity.
Okay.
And so if you know you are able to do it, it's always better, because like me now, I've been in this country for, I never plan to stay this long.
Okay.
More like most every Nigerian that come here, we all have a date that will say we are coming, we'll stay 5 years, we'll stay 10 years. But they say man propose, God dispose. You don't know how long you actually will stay. Okay. You will come here as a youth. Okay. You will not come here and find your rib, okay, with your wife, you get married. Okay. You now begin to raise kids. You see that your time of staying begin to expand. Okay. So when you have this kind of opportunity, you buy a house, then it will make your staying very concrete. Okay. Okay. You understand me? So this is what I say about the benefit of having a house. Okay.
All right, sir. More again, like in the process of you trying to explain to us the benefits of having a house here as migrants, as the case may be, you equally make mention of one thing, part of the question I would have loved to ask you. Like, you talk about the things of the children, right? Okay, now, you as a Nigerian residing here, you have kids. Is it not okay for you to go and buy house or build house in Nigeria for your children living here, to say, okay, maybe, you know, one day you are going to return back to your country? And is it advisable that you buy a house here for the sake of your children, or you rather go and build a home, asking your children that there is investment at home they can return back to?
Thank you, my brother. You see, this is where most of us is getting it very wrong. Okay. Because I want to quickly say something. I don't know if I have such that much time to say what I want to say now. Okay. I run into a friend, all right, who has been in this country for close to 28 years. All right. Now he was bragging that he have a house in somewhere in Benin. Okay. He's working on some project in Lagos. Okay. Now, and he said he's almost 28 years in this country. Right. I want to chip in this very so that you know where most of us have been robbed by this mentality. Okay. Now he said so he has done this, has done that. Then where he stay, I know where his particular house where he stay. Now it's in the rent, and that's the fourth house he's staying, which is here in Italy. Okay. He has moved from one house to another, changed community to another community to another community. Okay. Now, but he's building a skyscraper. Have a lot of projects in Nigeria for the kids that you are not sure if they themselves will grow up to come and stay in Nigeria. In Nigeria. Okay. So this now, I'm not saying it's bad. Okay. You having a property back home. Okay. First of all, where you stay, where you live the better part of your life. Okay. That's where you're supposed to make comfortable. All right. Before you begin to think of extending hand, if God will, and you have the potential to do that. Okay. So I asked him, I said, okay, in these 28 years, each year, how many times do you visit Nigeria? He said most time after 5 years, most time after 6 years, most time, those times once a year. Okay. And that's okay. Now, for these 28 years, now if you put together, you say the time you visit in Nigeria and the time you stay in Nigeria, maybe you stay for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, if you put together, How many years do you think it will arrive? You say it's not even up to 2 years. I said, okay, you see that.
Inside 28
It's at 28 years.
Okay.
So if you join it together to make it a month, a week, is that it's not even up to 2 years. I said, okay, now who is not foolish? You're gonna build a house in Nigeria where you only go and stay for 1 month. Then you are where you can invest and be in your own house. Then you don't
where
have
you live
where
most of your
the time
life.
where you work the money.
You move from place to place.
Yeah, you are being packed out from here to here.
To another.
The guy was just shocked and looking at me. He said, now it's just awakening to the reality of life. And I said, those houses there, I tell you, my friend, if you, by tomorrow, those houses will no longer be the taste of those your children. But they will grow up in their own time. That house you build, that's a new house, though it's a new house now. They will not even build it in their own time for their gate man.
Because as time goes,
life moves forward, things change.
Yes, you are right.
I'm not saying it's bad. First of all, make where you are now comfortable.
All right.
It pains me for so many of my people, the same nationality, Nigerians especially, that you are in a place here, you rent a house that have 3 rooms and you have children. Then in those 3 rooms, you will be staying in a room with your children. Rent all those, and you, as we are talking about, you have about 4 or 5, 6 flats in Nigeria.
You cannot be able to live comfortably and you cannot live well.
You understand me?
Trying to manage from year to year and doing all your investments, living from hand to hand.
So it's like you thought you have the whole world to yourself, or the whole world, or you have to live here on earth. We have just short time here on earth. So now this time where you are now, make it comfortable first. Then when you have the financial strength to do that, or because of your family, you can do. But not there first. You should do it here first. But now, to speak to another part of it, there are some also that are here. And their wife and their family are in Africa. Such people, they can take up such adventure. Knowing that their family, they are not coming here, they are here in Nigeria, they make them comfortable. Fine, because now you are striving for them. But you that is a single man and a single woman that got married here in Europe, and your kids, you give birth to your kids here, and they go here and you build house in Africa, you are here in Sunet. But I think it's not right.
Okay, all right. You know, part of what you just said right now, I think I met up with a young Nigerian born here in Italy, just born here in Italy. His parents is from Nigeria. So I asked him this question: peradventure, your father, maybe he has $1 billion investment in Nigeria, and he comes back to tell you, oh, my son, as things goes now, I will want you to relocate to Africa. I didn't ask you not to come to visit. You can, at your own free time, at your will, come to Europe, visit, do everything you wish, and return back. But your permanent base will be Africa. Will you love to go back? He says, with every sincerity, he's not talking about other people. He's talking about himself.
Sure.
No matter how billion investment that his father may have invested in Nigeria, he will never want to go back to Africa. He will rather stay here to hustle, to make his money, and stay in the midst of his friend, than going back to Africa permanently to stay. Why am I bringing this very issue? Because you already have a grown-up children here.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have one day asked your children this kind of question. Okay, peradventure, I want us to relocate back to Africa. Have you asked them this question? Have you seek their opinion to know if truly they will have this mindset of returning back to Africa with you?
Thank you, sir. Of a truth, yeah, I have my kids, and though, thank God for the grace that we are able to visit once every year.
Okay.
I did that deliberately because I wanted to be acquainted with my people.
Okay.
Just like me, I have just two daughters and 1 boy.
Okay.
And so I'm only son also.
Okay.
So I try to make my son get acquainted with my family so that he will know them. So they are on communication.
Okay.
But that's the only thing they can do.
Okay. Just to communicate.
I can assure you.
Okay.
There's no child born here in Europe these that grew up with the Euro mentality that will locate to Africa no matter what their father left behind in Africa.
Okay, what you are saying right now, that there is no assurance that they will agree to return back to Africa.
No one will agree to relocate to Africa.
Even including your children.
No,
you are not
I can't guarantee you that.
Okay.
Because as they grow, they also they go as each day they grow, they civilize more. And they make friends. All their friends they know are here.
Okay.
So now, and because of that, so no matter what you think you have in Africa for them, they will only hear it, but the time will come, they will lose the taste of it.
All right.
Because it does not serve them actually. Okay. Because everything is not revolving just only about money. Yeah. It's about how you grow, where you grow, and, and the life you keep.
Yeah. The environmental impact.
That's what's and again, it is we the Africans that really have this mentality. We and of some age also, age, but the age are now changing.
Okay.
It is we that see belong to the 70s, 80s, 60s that have this mentality. But this youth of these days, their mentality has changed, sir.
All right, sir. All right. Okay, sir. Thank you so much, because honestly, this issue is just to educate the public, more especially we Nigerians that find it difficult to do any investment here, because I believe this issue we are talking about here now, house or apartment, is a part of investment.
Yeah.
So we are just doing this to educate our people, just to change the narratives, the mindset towards the way we look at things here in Italy and also back home in Nigeria. Please, do you have any final message, just like advice to those people that will come across this video?
Okay, yes, sir, I do. I want to advise my people, my brothers and my sisters, that you see, the time has passed where we begin to think that we are the least in any nation we go into, because we are so blessed being in Nigeria. Because we can do anything to get to anywhere. So by so doing, but most time we rob ourselves because of some mentality we carry along when we're coming from Africa. We rob ourselves the better part of the enjoyment or of the things we're supposed to have achieved. Because I will tell you, there are so many nationalities here in this country that has long understand this thing. Many of them are landlord and landlady already. But it's now we are waking to this reality, and we are, by God's grace, we are changing for good. And people are now taking the courage. Even some are selling their property home to go and buy a house here in Europe. And so no matter what you have concerning purchasing a house, it's not that difficult. The best thing you can do for yourself is to be determined. And focus is achievable. And I can tell you that when you have it, you know that you really have arrived. Because it will give you comfort in all sides. It will give you something. Like me, I don't know, since 2001, when I begin to long to have a house. But from 2006, when I had it till now, my environment, that's what they are talking about, landlord, they also call me. And it will give you some level of respect. It will give you some level of respect. They will know that, yes, you are not just somebody that they can just do away with. You understand me? So it will give you level of respect, and again, it will also make your children unite, and have a community where they grow, where they know them, and where they also can contribute their best to this nation. We are not just here only to collect. We also contribute. We try and contribute. And again, for as many also that see it as an avenue to just to get. And so I've seen some people who actually have, God have blessed them before with a house. They lost it because of greed. Collecting money from bank, you not paying back. Then you now, out of the money, you coin some to go and build the tent in Africa where you don't stay. And the one you buy here, you lost it to the bank.
I believe, sir, you just leave that, because I believe that one would be a very big topic for another day.
This is why I'm encouraging everybody to take some courage to do it. It's not difficult. The only thing you need is just having a stable job. And with the amount you earn, with the statistics of your family, and when you put together, there's the amount you can also carry, and you can buy a house that can continue on your family. So by so doing, God will begin from there to grace your work.
Thank you so much, sir.
God bless you.
God bless you for this
Thank
time.
You, sir.
We really appreciate it.
I appreciate you, sir.
God bless you, sir.
God bless.